Alright, what are the biggest plot twists? What were the biggest plot twists in the Venture Bros? Another weirdly difficult question, but it makes a great top 10 list because there's loads of them. Number one, and obviously, spoilers ahead, I don't know. Also, some of these are almost getting close to 20-year-old reveals now, so I guess it's maybe not a spoiler as I once thought it was, but clones! Dean and Hank are clones. They've died 14 or 15 times now, and it does not matter to Doc. He gets over it every time because he's a heartless monster. Or maybe he loves his boys enough to clone them. We've seen them die a myriad of ways. And what do? They're boy adventurers. They're weirdly death-prone. You got to keep a couple of clones around, or else the boys would just be dead, and I guess that's worse, somehow. Myra isn't really the boy's mum. We've had a very hard time trying to figure out who the boy's mum is throughout the season, or the series. Doc gives us the tiniest hint in season 1. Myra shows up in season 2, and I personally was pretty convinced it was her. Doc definitely had sex with her, which is, more than he can say about most people. But we learn later in season 5 that Myra isn't the boy's mum, as she wants to put Dean back inside her for the first time and become his only real mummy-wummy. And Hank calls her out because Enrico Matassa knows best. And he declares that that's not his mum, and everyone falls out of the Myra-induced trance and breaks free of Dunwich Asylum. Dermot is Rusty's kid. And we do know Dermot's mum. It's Nikki Fichtel, a woman who, unfortunately, has had both relationships with Rusty and Hank. But Dermot is his illegitimate child. And while Nikki was the president of his fan club, he got her pregnant while she was underage, because Doc is a scumbag, and she gave birth to Dermot, who is only aware of this through Dr. Orpheus. Hank probably still doesn't know, and Dean unfortunately got told by his father on a drunken night. The Orb. We have an entire episode dedicated to finding this doomsday device. What does it do? What is its powers? We believe one of the previous Venture patriarchs has been killed because of it. But as Phantom Limb goes to use its ultimate power, nothing happens. Because we in fact find out that Sandor was pretty alright guy. Instead of murdering Dr. Venture, their great-grandfather? Great-great-grandfather? Sandor breaks the orb, potentially dooming humanity to a fate stuck on Earth, but also saving a Venture life. And let's be honest, if that directly led to the birth of Hank and Dean, who can blame him? They are amazing. Hunter is a double agent. We find him defecting from the OSI, and then later on, he's working potentially against the OSI. He's handing secret documents to Brock Sampson. And then he's working for Molotov Cocktease, sending assassins after Brock Sampson to stop his life getting boring. And then he is working for Sphinx, another secret organization, potentially against the OSI, potentially working with them. We're not sure if Hunter is a double agent, a triple agent, a quadruple agent, or just not an agent at all, because in the end it all works out and he becomes the leader of the OSI. Rusty is a clone. Another season 7 reveal. We learned Rusty's also a clone, just like Dean is, just like Hank is. Rusty's father was just as worried about him being death-prone. It makes a lot of sense. We do watch him seek some nasty falls in his childhood, definitely a spike or two through the spleen. But who knows, maybe the boys and their dad can get some bonding over the fact that they're probably not the originals. Jonas isn't dead. Jonas has been dead the whole show. It was common knowledge that he had died in the movie Night Massacre aboard Gargantua 2. Until season 7, when we learned that Jonas wasn't dead, he was in the program. The whole time, waiting, watching for his time to get back onto the show. And he does. And in a pretty fantastic turn of events, he does try and take over the entire Ventec building and, well, run away. Fortunately, we learn that the Blue Morpho is there to stop him. Who is Vendetta? Who is the Monarch's dad? All so many big reveals. And a former friend of Jonas. What we thought was just a councilman and a weirdo robot with some sort of low charisma. It turns out to be one of the most pivotal characters in the entire series, and the person who finally kills Jonas Venture. Dean and Serena. We see a little bit of a romance budding between them as they start to share lessons together, but it's Dean. He wouldn't dare try anything with Hank's girlfriend, and come on, Serena's alright, right? And then, boom, shock twist, they're sleeping together. It's insane. I mean, it caused Hank to lose his entire mind and go into a weird coma dream. And finally, the Monarch and Dr. Venture are related. Probably brothers. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. We have no idea what the movie's going to show us, but goddamn, is that a plot twist that I can't wait to see the other side of. Alright, catch you on the flip.